Hey guys, this is Rise, and I'm here with Cholera. I'm losing my voice a little bit. I just did commentary of the week number 11. Go check it out if you haven't already. But now we're actually going to commentate a Pro League set. So I'm sure all of you have been waiting to watch Hogil versus Hoejja start it off. But we've heard that these games are actually really good, and so hopefully Hogil and Hoejja have something to offer us. This is a ZVZ match on one of the new maps, Outsider. I guess I should probably just stop saying the new maps. The Pro League is just using new maps at this point, so let's just start calling them the maps because they're always going to be using this one. And Outsider is one of those Ash World maps, and I just had a conversation with Cholera right before we started this about how we don't like Ash World maps because they're ugly. And that's pretty much it, you know. Like, it could be a really well-designed map, but if it's just ugly, I don't want to play on it. Like, Python is kind of nice because it's just green all over, you know, and it's like, oh yeah, that's kind of nice to look at. But Outsider is not. It's pretty damn ugly. But it should make for an interesting ZVZ. So I don't know, Collar, do you have any predictions about these two? Which Ho is going to win this?
Both of them are definitely hoes there. I just looked up their stats. Both of them, I won't give them out because they might tell you some things. I'll tell you at the end. But both of them are less than 30% ZVZ. And both of them are like way less than, like, I think one's like 40-something overall. Yeah, the other one's 40-something. Yeah, both 43 versus 46. So neither of them exactly are big stars. And, you know, for those of you who are wondering, we didn't hear that Hogil versus Hoejja was a great game. We're actually doing the whole series because Game 2 will have Yellow Arnak versus Luxury. That's right, you heard it right. It is the Smelly Twins, the Zerg Twins, Yellow Arnak, the Smelly Twin versus Luxury, the Star League winning twin. Unfortunately, for a while, wasn't Yellow Arnak doing better than his brother for like a little while? And then he was all proud of himself, and then he starts, you know, sucking, or Luxury just ended up poning him in the face by, you know, winning a Star League.
Yeah, man, Luxury is he's just a cooler older brother. You know, I always say that Luxury was the, you know, the bigger twin, the one that beat up and took more placenta than Smelly Yellow could get. And so he's got more placenta juice, which obviously makes him a better StarCraft player. But I gotta say, either way, their parents had some damn fine StarCraft making genes if they could end up with two pro players who are twins. And so, but enough about that, because that's not the match at hand. We should probably talk a little bit about this match, and certainly we'll talk about them a lot more in the next match. Anyway, we start off with Hogil, the Red Zerg, at the 9 o'clock position. Sorry about that. And the 1 o'clock position, we have Hoejja from KTF Magicians. This is the first line of defense and offense from both teams, and see if they can take a game early on. I don't really know. I haven't been following Sparkyz too much, to be honest, but how's KTF been doing? I know Flash is obviously their #1 machine, but have they been doing well in the Pro League this season?
Well, I gotta say, I mean, I'm not sure exactly how they've been doing, but I know they just lost to Air Force Ace, led by none other than the Mantos, who beat 4GG in order to gain his 100th Pro League victory. And I'm actually going to load a set right now of him playing his 101st game, well, not 101st game, but rather his first game after his 100th victory. Believe it or not, Reach was actually the first player in StarCraft history to reach 100 Pro League wins. Can you believe that? Not only is he incredibly manly, he's also, yeah, to reach that. Both players starting off with an overpool here. That guy has, oh my god, an integral.
An integral?
Of Ace. God. Yes. What a tool. On national television. Alright, so both players are going for identical builds here. Both are hoes, and both are going overpool speed, it looks, or overpool gas, it looks like.
Yeah, and obviously that means that we have a complete mirror matchup, not just from races but builds, and it's always interesting to see. All right, I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat it. It's boring to see mirror matches. It all comes down to micro, but especially mirror matches. You know what I mean? Like where it's just to the team, they do the same exact thing, and you're like, all right, he lost to Zergling. I guess he's technically ahead by 25 minerals or something like that. But hopefully these two will offer something a little bit more exciting. That it looks like the scouting has they've obviously passed each other with overlords. I don't know if anyone No. Actually, no. They're
Neither.
just about to find. They're just
Both went
about to
to the wrong
spot
place.
each other's overlords. Yeah. So now they're finally going to see where the other's base is, and it's still going to take a while before either player knows what the other player is doing. But it looks like both have opted to go for 6 lings right off the bat, which certainly makes sense. And we're going Overpool into Quick Lair apparently. So they're both going to try to get that Spire up as quick as possible, and we might have a little bit of a skirmish going down in the middle. And I don't know, which name do you think is cooler? We got 2 Hoes. One is Hogil, and the other is Hoejja. Both are lame in my opinion. But if you were to
Hogil,
say
definitely.
Hogil, is that because
Hoejja
Gil
is
is
just,
like money
yeah.
in Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy?
I don't know, man.
And
Maybe because I'm thinking of like Hegel or something. It sounds like a name, whereas Hoejja just sounds like nothing. Like Hegel, Hogil, that's all right. I mean, you're a Hoejja. What does that even mean? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I have no idea, Rise. I have no idea. Anyway, let me keep commentating on this game. It looks like we've got Spires going up, obviously at the same time for both pro players. They obviously have the same timing, so it's going to come down to tactics and strategy, not builds at all this time around. Yeah, both teams basically, like you said, this is their front line. Both teams basically sent out their pawns. It's like a game of chess. They sent out the pawns on their first move. That's a cute girl.
It's pretty much Operation Meat Shield. You ever see that South Park episode? I'm not gonna talk about who the meat shields were because it's extremely racist. But this is very similar in that they're just throwing their worst players or some of the worst players on their teams. To see if they can just get a free win, basically, while at the same time getting these players experience. And I know, someone's going to say that, well, they're pro players, they're better than you, and you're right.
In the GOM round of 128, Hogil beat Modesty. And that meant something. No. Doesn't mean anything,
problem is relativity, man, is a bitch, and they suck relative to their pro counterparts. But I guess relative to each other, they're both awesome in their own minds, you know. So maybe this will be an epic match. And oh my God, white guy! Sorry. And wow, he's pretending to hide his face, but he's like, oh wait, I'm not actually Korean, and he shows his face. But looks like the Spires are up, and we're gonna see some Muta popping out here. So or most likely, it's possible that we'll see a couple of Scourge. But you're right with the timing; they have pretty much the exact same timing right now. And so the only difference is it looks like an expansion is almost done for Hogil, where Hoejja, I don't think, has put his second hatchery. No, his second hatchery is inside his base. So we're starting to see a deviation here. And while we got 2 fronts for Hogil to defend, if he can get that second gas up, obviously he's going to get a big advantage here. And the question is, can he do it? And is Hoejja able to stop him? Obviously, he's no Jaedong, but it's possible that Hogil can pull this off.
Oh, definitely, it's possible, but I would say right now, Hogil is the one ahead. Hogil's the red player. Because he has expansion. Now Hoejja, on the other hand, I mean, he doesn't have a faster build or a bigger build. I mean, the builds are exactly the same, so you won't have more units. The only advantage, like you said, will be the fact that Hogil has to defend more. However, over time, Hogil is going to pick a big advantage up, and we can see exactly why. He's going to get his extractor right now. And the longer he mines gas, the more tech units he's going to have, and the farther ahead he's going to pull, obviously. So right now, Hoejja is the one who has to go on the offensive. He absolutely has to go on the offensive. I really hope he doesn't sit around, and he is going to go on the offensive. Hogil is the one who can sit around and wait for the attack and try to destroy it. And he has an interesting position there with his Zerglings. It looks like he's just trying to prevent the Lings of the Purple Zerg Hoejja from getting up his ramp and finding that second front.
But here we're seeing the second front working for Hoejja. He's able to attack the drones, mining gas, which are, I would argue, the most critical drones that the Zerg player is using, because that is the foundation for his build. And look at this. Scourge is out of position here. Looks like we're seeing some Jaedong Mutamicro trying to take out their Scourges, and it looked like he took out almost all of them. I don't know if any of them had actually landed. It was hard to see in the scuffle there. But Hoejja definitely doing a good job using the 2 fronts to his advantage and his opponent's disadvantage. And Hogil has very few drones at his main, and he's got most of his drones on gas. So I'm curious to see if we're going to see a big switch or a bigger switch to Scourge to try to even out the amount of minerals that he's spending, because he just doesn't have that many. And again, here we see the two fronts, but Hoejja critically not keeping his muta moving. They slow down, they stop, and they actually get caught. But it looks like still doing some damage there. He is forced back, and the question is, what player has more muta at this point? It looks like we got a slightly darker shadow under Hogil, although it's very difficult to tell at this point. And you know, if he can just weather the storm, these double attacks a little bit longer, I think that he may actually be able to come out. But he has lost a lot of drones.
Yeah, I think there's another one going down. On the other hand, Hoejja has not really... oh, never mind. He's killing a lot of drones, actually. Jeez.
Wow.
So basically, Hogil has a lot of Scourge, and if he can land a Scourge, he can come back. If Hoejja dodges the Scourge, he might be able to win this game right away, just because of the lack of drones. And on the other hand, right now we're going to see a big Ling attack, since Hoejja has been busy killing off drones. His Lings have been sacrificed, and now here comes the attack from Hogil. He knows he needs to move out now, and Hoejja's doing a great job here. Oh no, not such a great job, and he's expanded. This could be his undoing. In fact, he's put down a third hatchery. He's forced to cancel it. That is 100 minerals completely lost and a drone, so that might be a mistake that could cost him. It looks like Hogil has more Mutalisks, and it looks like he's actually going to get into Hoejja's base right now, so it's now tit for tat. It's his turn right now to do some damage, and it looks like he's gotten just more hits off from the air and now from the ground. There's Lings there, although it seems that Hogil is going to be able to win this air battle.
Wow, so turning it around at the last minute, able to use the advantage, and he wins the game. So looks like Sparkyz is going to take the first match, and KTF is going to have to send out Smello Yellow to see if they can fight off Luxury and take a win back. So the question is, who is the stronger brother? And what's that?
The other way around, sir.
Game 3?
No. It's Luxury for KTF and Smello Yellow for
who cares? They look the same. Let's see who wins in the next match, and we'll see you guys there.
Right.
GG.
GG.